Hello, welcome to Nuggets for Life. My name is Peter Müller and I have created this video series to share with you some ideas and concepts that can change your life. Let's get on with it. Hi, today we talk about nugget number 13, nutrition, supplements and body weight. Part 2. This picture on the left-hand side shows me competing at the North Carolina State Championship in bodybuilding. It demonstrates when proper nutrition and physical exercise are executed on a regular basis, which kind of physique you can actually achieve. Very important in our nutrition are the two dimensions, quantity and quality. Quantity simply refers to the total number of calories we put in our body every single day, and the quality refers to the composition of it. And the composition mainly relates to the relationship of our macronutrients, proteins, carbohydrates and fat. To take our nutritional portfolio in an overall context, you see here on the left-hand side, the key components are the macronutrients. Carbohydrates, 1 gram of carbohydrate contains 4 calories. Proteins, 1 gram of protein contains 4 calories. And fat, which contains 7 calories per gram. So it is very calorie dense. Alcohol at the same time has 7 calories per gram like fat. So it is very, very calorie dense. Most people underestimate when they have alcoholic beverages together with their meals how many empty calories they actually add to the meal. Then the second category of nutrients are the micronutrients, the vitamins, minerals and trace elements. Very important, the vitamins, you know it, there are two categories. The fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E and K, and the water-soluble vitamins, vitamin B, 1, 2, 6 and 12, and vitamin C. Also, on a regular basis, we have to replace or replenish our minerals in our body, calcium, magnesium, sodium and potassium, the main 4 ones, and the trace elements where we need only relatively little amounts, but we need to bring them to our body on a regular basis. Iron, zinc, iodine, copper, selenium, chromium and manganese. Now, talking about the total calorie consumption of our body. What does our body actually need? Because whatever the body needs on a daily basis, if we want to maintain our body weight, we have to give the same amount of nutritional calories back into the body. Now, there are 3 categories where our calorie consumption is being measured. Number 1, the base metabolism of the body. These are the calories the body simply needs to survive. It relates the calories our body needs to support our heart rate, blood circulation, breathing, digestion, maintaining body temperature, and last but not least, our brain activity. Our brain weighs only 2 to 3 pounds, but it needs about 20% of our energy of the base metabolism. Another 20%, by the way, go towards the liver and the spleen. So liver, spleen and brain basically represent almost half of the base metabolism of our body. Then at number 2 category are our day-to-day activities, and this depends on quote-unquote what job you have. If you are a secretary in an office job, for example, where you sit most of the time in a chair and you have phone calls and so forth, you don't burn a lot of extra calories during the day. But if you are a construction worker moving heavy equipment, you have much higher calorie needs on top of your base metabolism. And last but not least, the third category, our physical exercise program. If we have 1, 2 or 3 times a workout, this is the third category. And if we add number 1, 2 and 3 together every single day, this is the total calorie requirement for our body. And we have to match this on a consistent basis if we want to maintain our body weight. And here I have a spreadsheet. By the way, if you want this spreadsheet, send me an email. Down you can see the 2 email addresses. And the spreadsheet is very simple, Mondays through Sunday, day 1 to day 7. Base metabolism. The base metabolism is simply dependent on your body weight, your height, your age, and your sex. You can go to multiple websites on the internet and you can calculate your base metabolism. Then you have to make an assessment on your day-to-day calories. Also, you can consult the internet to know in which category you fall. As a rule of thumb, 25 to 30% on top of your base metabolism. This is about the range of calories, of day-to-day calories you can add on top of it. And that's it for most of the people who don't have a physical exercise program. Here I have put in a person with 4 workouts per week, with 400 calories per workout, which is a pretty good amount of calories per workout. This will lead, in this example, to a weekly calorie consumption of 15,600, resulting in a daily calorie amount of 2,200 calories. Now, if you want to maintain body weight, you should eat every day 2,200 calories and you are fine. If you want to lose, for example, 1 pound, you have to do the following calculation, and the spreadsheet, by the way, does it for you. To lose 1 pound in 1 week, number 1 pound represents a deficit of 3,500 calories divided by 7 days is a daily deficit of 500 calories, meaning from the 2,200 calories you would need to maintain your body weight, subtract 500, which would lead to a 1,700 calorie diet. If you want to lose 2 pounds per week, you have to create a 7,000 calorie deficit, which means you have to create a deficit of 1,000 calories every single day, which would lead then to a calorie amount for food of about 1,200 calories. This is how the calculation works. This spreadsheet does it for you, and you can insert into the yellow background cells your own numbers and it will calculate your calorie demands. Send me an email and I will send you the spreadsheet. Now, there are 3 strategies you can have with your body weight. If you want to maintain your body weight, you would have between carbs, protein and fat, roughly a 30-40-30 split of your daily calories. If you want to lose weight, you should lower the carbs and increase the proteins a little, but still having about 30% of the calories coming from fat. Your body needs fat for proper functioning of your biochemistry and physiology. If you want to gain weight, for bodybuilders in the improvement season, most of the time in winter, you have to up the carbs a little bit and take a little bit of lower the protein, relatively speaking. And these are general rough ranges, which is a result from studies on the internet, books in biochemistry, physiology, and by the way, my own personal experience. I'm using these ratios to move my diet pattern depending on which strategy I want to imply. If you make a nutritional plan and you want to get a hold of how to get your macros being organized, number 1, define the total number of calories per day. Secondly, then find how many grams of protein per day you should be giving in your nutrition to your body. And then you build the carbs and the fats afterwards. Because the most difficult part in a diet is to get high quality protein in the right amount to your body. The other things will have to fall in part with what kind of food you select to build up the total composition and calorie amount. And then you spread it over 2 to 4 meals. Most people have 2, 3 or 4 meals per day. This is how to do it. And by the way, I have another spreadsheet. Send me an email and I send you this piece. You enter on top the total number of calories per day. Here I put in 2,000, the standard USDA number, where they refer on every food label as the daily allowance to. And it will calculate based on those ratios I've given you in the chart before. For example, for the maintain strategy 30-40-30, it tells you a 2000 calorie diet should have 600 calories from carbs, 800 from protein, 600 from fat, converted into grams, 150 grams of carbs, 200 grams from protein, and 86 grams of fat, and so forth. This is how to make the calculation. To give you an idea how it plays out, the composition in different meals, I've given you 2 examples. You can relate to it very well. The number one is a typical bodybuilder meal. It is chicken breast, brown rice, and broccoli. The most important thing I want to tell you here, it's about 700 calories. Look at the percent of protein, carbs, and fat. So it's 40% protein, about 36% of carbs, and 23% of fat. When you go down to meal number 2, very familiar, the Whopper from Burger King, about 700 calories, so the total amount is roughly the same, but look at the composition. Only 17% from protein, 27 from carbs, but 56 from fat. And here you see the difference. 2 extreme parts, both about 700 calorie meals, but you have a completely different composition. That's it, enough for today. And as I mentioned before, the most important part is number 1, getting the protein needs per grams per day correct and build everything else around it. That's at least how I do it. And in nugget number 14, I will talk exclusively about proteins and peptide. Until then, have a nice day and see you at nugget number 14.